Joined now by Johns Hopkins after the Blue Jays knock off Stevens 2-0 in the second round of the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship. Joined by Johns Hopkins head coach Dan Weiler, student athletes Carolyn Johnson and Ella Macco. Dan, if we could just have an opening comment about the game, and then we'll have a few questions for you.
Sure. Just really a spectacular D3 game. I mean, we two really solid teams going toe to toe, and in a game like that, it is a matter of maybe who gets in front of the game a bit. And fortunately, we did with her set piece in the corner, which was a great service from Kay, and then a great finish from CJ. And so we were in front of the game, and that's where we wanted to be, obviously. But I really felt like we dealt with the moments in the first half. The wind was pretty significant, and so we dealt with that really well. And then as the second half kind of unfolded, I felt like the tempo early in the second half, we were controlling a bit. They were tricky. They were working through the lines really pretty effectively, but didn't necessarily penetrate all that much, but then started to. And so getting that second goal was a really big moment. And even prior to that, I believe it was prior, with Ella Crunchup just making an amazing save. I mean, that really kept the momentum with us, and then from there, after we get in the second, just defending hard, being smart about what we're trying to do, and kind of slowing the game down, which I thought we did a great job on. So, really an amazing performance from Stevens, a great year, and Stuart's doing an awesome job with that program, and they'll be in the tournament again, we know. So just a fun game to be part of.
Maybe for either of the two players, Dan mentioned the win, and actually we outshot them 7-2, got the goal going into the win, and then they had the two most dangerous chances early. Ella made the big save. It was kind of odd that going into the win, for the first 50 minutes, the team going into the win actually had the better of the play. Was that odd on the field? Did you feel anything weird about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the win was definitely a big factor. I think it definitely forced us to play on the ground a little bit more. But I think that's kind of allowed us to unlock them a little bit, because maybe it's not so much what they were expecting from us in the first half. But it was definitely something we had to deal with. So.
Carol, can you just talk about the goal? Obviously, it gets you on the board, and anytime you strike first in a soccer game, our goals can be at a premium, especially as you go deeper in the tournament. These teams are strong defense. Just talk about that play and your ability to knock it home.
Yeah, I think that's something we've been focusing a lot on, is trying to get opportunities early and put away our chances early. I got to give all the credit to the service. I didn't really have to do much on that one, just kind of direct it in the goal. But yeah, it was a good moment to get ahead early in that game.
And then Ellen, just talk about the defense again. Really 13 shutout of the year, and here on this run that we've been on lately, it's not even that it's a shutout. We're just limiting even opportunities and shots by the opposition.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely starts with forwards, starts with the midfielders. We're lucky to have such a great press, and I think that really limits a lot of their opportunities. As Dan said, they really weren't able to penetrate a lot, so all credit to our midfielders. And I think it's just been awesome in the past few games with our back four just becoming even more cohesive. Really great work from Carolina Tatum, always going up the side, making it really challenging for her winger to defend her, but also try to attack. And then, as Dan also mentioned, Crunch with a really big save for us today. So.
Dan, just talk about the evolution of this team as the season has gone on. You're as a head coach, and when you think about those 4 teams, all very different. The first year, of course, everything was new, right off the COVID and the national championship. And just talk about the evolution of this team in particular.
Yeah, this has been a really an amazing season, but also a little bit peculiar for us, because we did, those that followed us closely, we did drop some games that we typically wouldn't, and had to really kind of do some soul searching after those games, and what it really came down to was the underlying motivation to just go and do the work, and through all those moments we just started getting better and better, and along the way we had some hiccups here and there, but after we have started to kind of put all the package together, it's been really pretty formidable. I mean, we are creating lots of goal-scoring chances. Today we were very efficient as well, but also just really locking teams down defensively. So, you hope this always happens, and I'll be honest with you, it doesn't necessarily always trend this way just in general, but in that you want your team over time to just keep improving. And I think the place we're in right now, we're playing really solid defensive soccer, really solid attacking soccer, and so I feel like we match up well with anybody. And so it's been a really awesome year, and I just am blessed to be able to work with these two and the rest of the team, and we just want to keep hanging out with each other as long as we can.
Now, let's talk about the opportunity to play home field game for the first time in your career. It's been a minute since you've been at home. We've done this a lot, but not since you've been here.
Yeah, it was definitely a very special experience to kind of wrap it up in that way. It's always fun to play on Homewood, always fun to have our parents and our fans, and there's just something special about being at home, I think, for all of us, especially the senior class, since this was our first time, our fourth tournament, but our first time hosting. It was very special to experience like this first weekend at home, so we're grateful for it, but we're excited to get on the road and play who's ever next.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
very
you.
much. Good luck the rest
Thank
of the
you.
way.
Thank you, guys. Yep.